This is Odin, and I think after this video, a lot of the people watching are going to become a lot better writers and a lot better researchers. So you're welcome. And let's get started with a quick tutorial and a brief overview of how everything works. So Odin is the world's most refined way to research and write, and it's built for people who expect an intuitive and productive app instead of the conventional sort of chatbots that are all trying to get information from you. Odin is designed to accelerate your workflow. That's the sole goal. So at first in the tutorial, you have to tell it which field that you want to work on. So there are a lot of different fields that we could pick. I'm going to pick neuroscience specifically. So I'm going to say neuroscience. I want to understand how dopamine works. So let's get started. So I've been working on this in the past, so I have a few different explorations or adventures, as we call them, in memory. So I'm going to start a new adventure. And the first page that Odin will bring you to is the exploration page. Now, this page is overwhelming at first, but it's essentially a whiteboard that's going to be the place where you're doing all your research, and it's a reimagination of what the traditional prompting experience should be. So let's start. How does dopamine predict rewards versus pleasure? So you can see at first it creates a block here, and the block is designed to simulate a prompt and a response. So you can see as the prompt is developing, so is the block, and we can expand the block, we can compress the block, and you can see these blue links here are the sources that the AI is pulling from when it's creating this response. So we can see and we can try and find one of these sources that is able to be embedded, and we can see what that looks like here. So let's embed this article onto the document here. So this is called the brain reward system. So you can see how beside this prompt, we have the corresponding source, and we're actually able to go even deeper here. So we can see this image, and let's say we don't really understand the mesolimbic or the mesocortical system. So let's ask a question about this. So you can see how the prompt is developing in this very natural way that we can refer to at any step in the process, and we can zoom out to see all of the different blocks. We can also, as this is going on to say, highlight any sentence inside any block as we did before. So maybe we can explore the opioid systems and oxytocin, and we can ask a question about that. And we can watch as the research gets more and more complex and more niche, and we can explore more topics. We can embed more articles on the canvas. We can embed this Wikipedia article. So you can see the result is a really nicely conveyed representation of your research. And you can switch between a bunch of different adventures to try and research different things. So we can also show AI images. We can also see all of the sources that Odin is using in creating this research experience. And we can also synthesize this research into actual writing in a cursor-esque experience. So let's click on new document here, and let's specifically add the dopamine adventure that we pursued into here. And let's summarize some of the research that we just conducted. So we can see that the display is a lot like cursor here, where we have the main document stream in the center, and then we have a chatbot to the right where we can edit, and it's rewarding editing instead of having the AI write everything for you. In this example, it did write everything for me. That's not what we're really trying to reward here. So we can actually make micro edits here with the chat display. So let's pick a sentence. For example, but that's wrong. I don't really like when sentences start with but. So let's add this to the chat and say, generally, you shouldn't start your sentences with but or because. Try and fix this throughout. I'm not sure if this is present anywhere else, but just in case it is, it's going to try and address that. And instead now, it adds an M dash. This isn't that great either, but you can see how the editing is going to be dynamic, and it's updating the style network such that There are now no but or because openers allowed. So we can open style and we can see all of the suggestions that we've added in the past. And the AI is going to update this and reprioritize the nodes that have already been selected or the nodes that are similar, such that eventually we're going to be creating an AI that's unique to our voice. And that's Odin. So you can write, you can research, and you can develop your style over time. It's the best writing tool out there right now, I believe. I use it for all of my work. And I hope that some of you can find value at odinwrite.com. Thank you for listening.